War Lessons Ukrainian children began their second year of school on Friday since Russia launched its full-scale invasion, making classes compulsory online and in underground shelters around the country. More than 1,300 schools have been destroyed in Ukraine in the last 18 months. But dangers will not prevent Ukrainian children from returning to school. Elementary school students attend First Bells ceremony to celebrate the start of new school year in Kiev, Ukraine, on September 1, 2023. September 1 marks the beginning of the Ukrainian school year. Nationwide First Bell events celebrate Knowledge Day, when first bells of school year signal opening of classrooms across country. Vlad, who lives in a suburb of the capital Kiev, remembers celebrating this day at his school when he was a student. He attended this year with his own children aged 6 and 8 dressed in traditional festive clothes. At 9 in morning, all the classes line up and school officials give a speech. Then an older student enters, carrying a young student with a bell ringing on his shoulders. They pass by all next teachers and students, which marks the beginning of new academic year. This year, Vlad's children had newer routines as well as old traditions. The Ukrainian father brought an emergency kit for each of his children on first day of school to be stored in the school's air raid shelter during academic year. Suggested items include blanket, a breathing mask, essential medicines and favorite toy. For Olga, who lives in Kiev, preparing for the new school year has been easier this year than it was 12 months ago. A lot of stores were closed last year, she said. The situation is better this year and it is possible to buy clothes and shoes for school. Her daughter's private school is also better prepared after Russia's attacks on infrastructure caused widespread power outages last winter. The school now has a generator to keep the lights on. However, the first day of the new academic year did not go as planned. After her 8-year-old daughter arrived at school, Olga received a message that all students and staff had been evacuated to a nearby square by police order, due to the threat against all schools across the city. Sirens and shelters. Such disruptions have become typical since Russia began its large-scale invasion of Ukraine. Earlier on Friday, air raid sirens sounded over Kiev, lifting residents out of their beds and directing them to shelters or safe areas. Sometimes 3 sirens can go off in one night. Olga said, it may be difficult for her to concentrate on her daughter's studies the next day. Sirens continue throughout the day, disrupting the lessons. During siren, the education process must be stopped and all students must go to shelter, said Anna Sydoruk, COO of Osvitoria, a Ukraine-based NGO working on education. If conditions allow, they can continue their lessons there. All schools in Ukraine are now required to have a certified air shelter, but